Hola, amigas from AJIJIC and the Lakeside area. I personally live in AJIJIC, so I'm going to do cost of living in AJIJIC. I put up some videos earlier today about my apartment here, the cost for my utilities and the rent, and I did a very accurate and thorough, gave you some information about that, as well as the area, these development that I'm living on. And I believe as being a YouTuber, it's being transparent. So I gave you guys a tour of this apartment back in September, and the inside and also the grounds that this property is, that this apartment condo is located on, and I did it again today. So, because I give you a little more or a different way of putting things, letting you know more about my life. So I believe in transparency, giving you guys information, showing you inside of my apartment and the grounds as well. So, but this is right now, we're going to get into the cost of living in AJIJIC, Jalisco, Mexico. And if I want to compare the cost of living, say, to Chicago, Illinois, I don't live in Chicago, but if you're from Chicago and you want to do that, if you want to compare the cost of living, say to Los Angeles or San Francisco, New York, Detroit, Toledo, Ohio, wherever you're doing, you can do it right here. So you type and pick the city. Since I was talking about Sammy Galda, and I spent one snowbird season there and two snowbird seasons here in AJIJIC. I'm completing my second snowbird season here now. We're going to do San Miguel de Allende. And watch how easy this is to do. Okay, and it also says we need more contributors for AJIJIC to increase our data quality. We're going to talk about that later. Do you live in a city of AJIJIC, I would say, because prices may vary if you live in the city of Chapala or Jacotepec, but do it however you want. We're going to go into Mexican currency. It's going to give you prices, comparisons in restaurants, markets, transportation, utilities, sports and leisure, childcare if you have children, clothing and shoes, rents, another important one people like, and the prices in AJIJIC. And we're going to go down here and say it's going to give us the information of the prices. These are just the prices in AJIJIC. Now we're going to do a comparison. So I'm going to pick the city. It's really easy to do. Just type it in. Okay, and it'll bring us here. We can just scroll down or touch that. And here we go. Cost of living comparison between San Miguel de Allende and AJIJIC. Okay, and it gives you a lot of information here. So read that. Read this. This is all important. And then it's going to give you the costs and comparisons. Let me make this a little bit smaller so you guys can see. Okay, there we go. And that's good. And, okay, now we have San Miguel de Allende. Prices there in pesos, Mexican pesos. The prices in Mexican pesos for AJIJIC and what the percentage difference is in these different, it's all itemized. And some are going to be higher in one place and are going to be lower in another place. So here's your plus minuses, percentages. And okay, so what we're going to do is, say you don't want to deal in pesos, you don't want to think in pesos. And being that I'm from the U.S., I'm going to go right here. You can do it Canadian. Canadians can do it in their dollars. Let's go up to U.S. I'm not as fast as a lot of you guys. U.S. dollars, pick that. Go there, boom, boom, boom. You got it here. you're going to see here, C's are very important to read prior to going to over here. And then you're going to have, say, a meal at expensive restaurant, meal for 2 people, mid-range restaurant, 3-course, things like that. You're going to get a lot of examples here. And you're going to see Sammy Galda Allende, the prices in U.S. dollars and Mexican pesos compared to AJIJIC, and you're going to see the difference in percentage. Now you're going to get a total, pretty much a total. It's going to say up here, it's why I said read this first so you get an idea. Consumer prices, okay, here. Consumer prices in AJIJIC are 16.19% lower than in Sammy Galda, and that's without rent. Now, consumer prices including rent in AJIJIC are 13.87% lower than in Sammy Galda. Rent prices in AJIJIC are 9.52% lower than in Sammy Galda. Gives you restaurants, groceries, and your local purchasing power. And I'll tell you, I love Sammy Galda. I was there for one snowbird season, and I was going to return this fall. I had booked a hotel over there for a month, but changed my mind. I actually thought I better get to AJIJIC because I won't get, I think if I get here, if I stay in San Miguel for the month of September, then I might miss out on getting a place to stay. But that really wasn't the case. I got down here early. It was a big mistake. I could have spent a month in San Miguel de Allende, and I might have even remained in San Miguel de Allende. Now, I didn't come to AJIJIC because the cost of living is lower. I came to AJIJIC because I was here in both places before for snowbird seasons, and I liked the lake, and I liked the mountains. So that's one thing. It's a little bit slower, more relaxed, but San Miguel is a very relaxed city too. So with all that being said, let's get over here to your comparisons. Now you got this restaurants, you got markets. Now I want to say, be careful if you're looking at this. Don't think of the high prices at Super Lake, okay, the Super Lake market, because you're going to find that if you're going to Super Lake all the time, you're going to, you get into comparing these prices, and this is an overall guide here, estimate rather, not a guide. And then once again, you're going to see comparisons in markets and prices in San Miguel de Allende versus AJIJIC, or compared to AJIJIC, and then you're going to see what the difference is percentage-wise. Different items at the market, grocery stores. Transportation, here's another one. Okay, you have the price here, again, in one-way ticket, local transport, buses. That's pretty accurate, and this is accurate too. They're about the same. There is no percentage difference, and I know I've taken buses in both cities. Now, I haven't bought a monthly pass, but taxis, you're going to see whether there's a difference or not. I already know, but I'm not going to get into that. I say this is pretty accurate. And utilities, monthly. Sports and leisure, childcare, if you have children. Once again, in U.S. prices and Mexican pesos. San Miguel de Allende, AJIJIC, and then you can see the percentage difference. Clothing and shoes. Here's an example right here. Here's a good example. Okay. Rent per month. I find this pretty accurate because I lived in both places. Not much of a difference. So actually just a little bit less expensive in AJIJIC, okay, buy apartment price, whatever. Salaries and financing, I don't get into that too much. I don't work here. I'm on a pension and Social Security. And I have a retirement plan, so I don't get into that. Let's see. There was something else I was going to talk about. It gives you something about mortgage rates too here and things. You can look at that. And anyway, so we did this and we went into comparing prices between AJIJIC and Sammy Galda. You can do this with any city. Now, let's select a city. And we're going to do this real quick. And say you want to compare it to Puerto Vallarta. There we go. Real easy. Look at how easy. Oh, compare cost of living Puerto Vallarta to with, let's say, AJIJIC. It gives you right there. You just hit that, and there you go. This is how simple it is. You got the same comparison. Okay, here you go. Currency. It's all in Mexican pesos. There's a difference in between the two cities. Once again, I'll go to U.S. because I'm from the U.S. Okay. Okay, whoops. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, so here we go. Here's all this information here. This is important. Don't skip over this. Read this first, and then you'll get a better idea of what's going down here. Okay, once again, restaurants topic. AJIJIC, Puerto Vallarta. The difference in prices. So it's the difference in this particular item or category. This is a category, and this item here is going to be different. Markets. AJIJIC, difference between AJIJIC and Puerto Vallarta. Your utilities, your transportation, routing with the markets, childcare, clothing, rent per month. Very big one with a lot of people. Food is too. And that'll be it for this video. I just want to say that this website is pretty accurate. I've been through it. I think it's actually gotten better in AJIJIC compared to Sammy Galda, because I remember a few years ago or a couple of years ago, I think it was at 20%. I guessed it too, just on the right on it, almost perfect. I think I missed it by 1 percentage point because of her having spent time in both places. But I find this to be pretty accurate and informative. And this is actually, I hope I can find, they also request people to go in here and give information. So if you have current information, this is updated February 2022. This is updated. So you can also go in there and put in some information if you want. You'll find out by going through this thing here. Okay, it's getting to be a long video. I want to keep it under 15 minutes. Thanks for viewing this video. I hope this information helped you, at least guide you some ways, just to give you information. But you can compare these things to, say, Warsaw, Poland. I did a cost of living comparison from Sammy Galda to, and I was just curious, to Valencia, Spain. I did that a few years ago. So you can do this with any city in the world, whether you want to do AJIJIC in whatever city in the world, you can do that with any city just about that's listed in that people go to, or cities of, I don't know what to say. Well, anyway, just put the cities in. You got cost of living, compare cities, Mexico versus Mexico. And then this one we're doing right now is AJIJIC versus Puerto Vallarta. Thanks for viewing this video. Thanks a lot. Give this video a thumbs up. And also subscribe to this non-monetized channel. And I want to say buenas tardes. Have a great day. And thanks for viewing. Please subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Have a good day.